Hey guys, what's going on? Today's video is a little different to usual. We are going to be covering a comic issue. I really enjoy reading comics and thought that I would try and bring them to life. I have covered comics before on the channel a while ago, so be sure to check that out as well. Today's video will actually be following on from another video I made a while back, as this is issue 2 of that series. But for those of you who haven't seen it, I'll quickly recap where it finished. So this is the 2020 Darth Vader comic series that begins directly after Empire Strikes Back. In the first issue, Vader and another droid called Zed went to Tatooine where Luke grew up, which actually gave Vader flashbacks of his time there all those years ago. After they leave there, they go to Coruscant where they visit Padme's old apartment. It was there when Zed found a scout transmitter which recorded the planet Van Dexter. When they arrived on the planet, they found what looked to be Padme, leaving Vader in utter shock. That's where today's issue will begin.
What did you call me?
Vader and this mysterious woman stare at each other, their eyes fixed in place. She asks the Dark Lord who he is, to which Zed replies,
Why, this is Darth Vader, the Emperor's...
But before he could finish his sentence, she fired upon him. She'd heard enough. The Empire destroyed everything that they touched. Vader simply raised his hand and conjured the weapon out of her hand.
Who are you?
You said it yourself. I am Padme Amidala.
As he hears the name of his loved one, he gets flashbacks of them together. Even the sound of her name enraged the Dark Lord.
No one who dares threaten Lord Vader should hope to... Lord Vader,
She ran outside trying to put as much distance between them. Vader is forced to ignite his lightsaber and fend off the Van Daxian creatures as they scurry up his body. He continues to follow her. As she tries to escape through a tunnel system, she is pushed towards him.
Who are you? Tell me. Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid. I'm angry.
Vader turns his lightsaber off and takes a step away from the woman.
I see it now. Padme is dead, but you wear her face, speak her voice. You're the Queen's shadow, a handmaiden from Naboo.
Zed confirms his suspicion of Vader's by searching her up in the Imperial databank, to which there was a perfect match. The Queen's double, Sabe. Now you might actually remember Sabe from the prequels. She held quite a big role in The Phantom Menace, where she and Padme would often intertwine their identities.
Years ago, on Coruscant, he broke into Padme's quarters. He wanted to find out what happened to her. What did you learn?
What kind of game is this? Padme fell and the Emperor ascended. He killed her, didn't he?
Zed interrupts, accusing her of such an accusation against the Emperor.
Before Padme died, she was stolen away. Whoever hid her betrayed the Empire.
Sabe argues against this, saying that Padme stood with the Jedi. Obviously, Vader didn't like this, and commanded that if she had lived, she would have been with the Empire. As Sabe's motives for revenge reveal themselves, Vader explains that she should join him, and together they can find Padme's killer. Sabe shows a face of disgust and blasts her gun, to which Vader didn't even move. He simply turns his head to see another Van Daxian creature lying dead on the ground. As more creatures arrive, she begins to fire. Vader follows by igniting his Sith lightsaber and killing the creatures. This was easy work for Vader. Once again, he gets flashbacks of Padme fighting alongside him. Vader commands that they leave at once, but Sabe protests, wanting to bury the dead. On one very rare occasion, Vader shows sympathy and allows them to be buried. Sabe explains to him that these soldiers walked with her at Padme's funeral. As they enter Vader's ship, he is informed that it was Sabe who broke into Padme's apartment. They stole all of the recordings and hid them on Naboo. Their next course was set. Okay, and that's today's issue. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I love the story and think it's going in an amazing direction. It's awesome to see Vader show small glimpses of the light, and especially around this time as he's just met his son, we can slowly see Anakin coming back. Usually, there was nothing that would keep him from his mission or goal, but the thought of Padme, or even Luke for that matter, had such a grip on the Sith Lord. Let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comments below. Do you like comic videos? They're a lot of fun to make, so if you'd like to see more, just let me know. Thank you all for watching today's video, and may the Force be with you. As Anakin is cut by Kenobi, he rolls down the lava bank. Using his one hand still left, he clings to the gravel-like floor to hold himself up, this time staying away from the lava. He stands there in agony as his old master screams in sorrow, but Anakin just lays there. No lava nor fire catches his skin as he is kept together. Obi-Wan looks at him, tears flooding his face like an infinity pool on top of a skyscraper. In that moment, Obi-Wan saw his friend, his mentee, and with his lapse of vengeance, he didn't kill him. How could he? Yoda sent him there to kill Anakin, but his memories rushed in his head, he couldn't bring himself to commit such an act. He collects Anakin, who is passed out from the pain, and brings him aboard the ship. Carrying Padme as well, they head to a medical bay where they can seek immediate treatment. Brought into different rooms only separated by a clear glass wall. As Padme looks at Anakin, she has a sense of relief. Obi-Wan didn't kill him. She sees the restraints placed upon him, but is happy at the fact that he is okay. She is rushed with the pain of Luke and Leia being born. Padme did not succumb to her broken heart, and doesn't die, yet stays alive after seeing her husband again, who some could say was present for the birth of his children. As droids worked on Anakin's limbless body, recovering everything that they could, he lay there inanimate. As his final leg is replaced by a metal component, the droids leave the room with Anakin alone. All he could hear was his own heartbeat.